Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Oklahoma City Sports Network. I'm Cowboy Crap. I'm, as always, joined by Brian. How's it going, Brian?
Oh, it's going spectacular. How about you?
It's going pretty well for me. On today's episode of the Oklahoma City Sports Network, this is as close as we're probably going to ever get to back-to-back episodes. As we got a recap after the week 4 matchup, as week 5's matchup will be here tonight in Oklahoma City, another divisional matchup, and it's also another tank bowl, back-to-back tank bowls for the Twisters. Brian, just going to go ahead and ask your thoughts on back-to-back tank bowls.
This is definitely not the position that we want to be in at this point of the season. That it's a sad point, and you know what? Tonight, it's all on the line. Tonight's really where we'll see if we
are who we think we are.
Yeah. But I mean, really, all you can ask is that they just leave it all out there. And I look, usually going into these episodes, I know who the quarterback is gonna be. I don't know. All I know is Cursa got released after that 6 interception game. So
yeah, we were going to get to that when we talked about the statistics, but yeah, I'd already looked and I just thought to myself, my God, I know he threw a lot, but he threw that many?
Right. And another big thing to mention here is the Toros are still alive tonight.
So yeah, as of right now, there is no official elimination from the postseason in the entire OFL. Your 3 winless teams are still technically eligible for the playoffs.
Which, honestly, in my opinion, is crazy. Like 2 and 4 for a playoff. I mean, that's silly.
There's also no official confirmed team that has secured a postseason spot yet either. Not even the 2 undefeated teams. Neither of them have officially secured their playoff spot.
Yeah, so
which I mean, if they weren't in the same division, then there's a good chance they probably would. But they're in the same division, so that's probably the reason why they don't have a playoff spot locked in yet. But I think we've done a decent amount of talking already. But we got to talk about last week's game against the Bruisers, Tank Bowl number 3. We'll start with the Bruisers stats, and we'll move to the Twisters. Starting with the Bruisers. Clan, 18 for 24, 479 passing yards, a 75 completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. Only real thing sticking out to me is that high completion percentage. I mean, 75 completion percentage, pretty high. So
yeah, that's impressive.
So consistency definitely was Clan's thing for the Bruisers against Twisters. Moving on to receiving wise, he had Azriel, 3 receptions, 140 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. So only 1 reception from Azriel was not a touchdown. Impressive to think. Skeptical was absolutely insane in this game. He had 6 receptions, 155 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns. Half of his receptions were touchdowns, and he was halfway to 200 receiving yards. So just a big night for Skeptical in general.
Yeah, very big night.
Lean with a reception for 29 receiving yards. Popeye's Pounder with 5 receptions for 67 receiving yards. I mean, that's a decent amount of yards for a tight end in OFL when you think about it.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely agree with that. I mean, very, very well so far for the Bruisers. I mean, again, the thing that, it looked like we did like a pretty good job, like almost matching them, but
it was the second half collapse.
Right. And the trend that I always notice with all of our losses is that, like, I don't see why, and it probably is the defense, as you always say, but like every team
in this game, I don't even think it was the defense. I'll get into my thoughts when we talk about Twister stat. We still got Bruiser stats to cover. Perot always 2 receptions for 47 receiving yards, and Starburst with a reception for 44 receiving yards and a touchdown.
Well, Crab, I think it's quite obvious. I'll still let you get your words in about it, but I think everyone here knows. No, but as I was saying though, it just seems like they're always able to get the ball to everyone in like a fair amount. But I don't even I can't even use that.
But center-wise, he had KB Lai out of his 12 drives, didn't let up a tackle for loss or a sack, so it's pretty good at center position. And then at defense, oh boy, we got a lot of players. Broly's got 3 sacks, KB Lai got 2 interceptions, Lean 2 interceptions, Popeye Pounder with a sack, Clan with a pick, and Skeptical with a pick. I think that might be the most amount of players listed on defense in maybe my entire OFL career here. I think that might be the most amount of defensive players I've ever seen listed in the stat sheet.
Almost all of them used, like more than half.
And then you got the Twister stats. So we always start with the quarterback. And let's go ahead and get headed into Cursa. Cursa, 22 reception, 22 for 31, 506 passing yards, a 70.89 completion percentage. 4 touchdowns. Here's the big hitter. 6 interceptions and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, which that's like the thing that like
this
makes
is me, like... here. This is what I was gonna. This is what I think killed us. I think Cursa, the amount of interceptions he threw. I think that's what killed us.
Yeah, I would.
If he had at least cut those interceptions down by at least half, I think we could have won this game.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the thing that like weirds me out the most is it's like he had 8 incompletions, meaning 6 of those were interceptions and 2 of them weren't.
Which is probably why his completion percentage is so high.
It was literally like inefficient night. It was just like the incompletions just...
It was the interceptions, mostly. Like,
yeah, that's what I meant of it.
Yeah. Just the interceptions. We gotta move on to the receiving core. BTD, 5 receptions, 142 receiving yards and a touchdown. Drag Me in the Wood, 5 receptions, 107 receiving yards and a touchdown. Mission accomplished, 3 receptions for 40 yards. Deo, 2 receptions, 25 receiving yards and a touchdown. Samuel, 3 receptions, 126 receiving yards and a touchdown. And Donvering with 4 receptions for 66 receiving yards. So every receiver in this game got a touchdown. The only 2 that didn't were the 2 tight ends, but every wide player listed as a wide receiver got a touchdown for the Twisters last week.
Yeah.
If that's not getting the ball around, I don't know what is.
Right. Okay, my only question is, because I never heard a word about it, and it's about to come up, but does anyone know where BBLAs went? Like, how much did he play this season?
I don't know.
I've barely seen him.
Couldn't tell you. Not a clue. Moving on to the center, M13 out of his 11 drives, he let up 4 sacks, and BTD on his 1 drive didn't let up anything. Yeah, you see, another thing I think killed us was the fact we had 4 sacks. I mean, it speaks for itself right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think the second thing that killed us right there. Moving on to the defense. And yeah, mission accomplished with a pick, and Drag Me in the Wood with a pick. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of all you can really talk about. I mean, interceptions and sacks definitely what killed us. I think the defense was doing the best they could, but with how many turnovers, I mean, you can't really stop every drive. That's the thing in the OFL. You're not going to stop every drive, and with the amount of freaking picks that Cursa was throwing, the defense couldn't stop as many drives as they possibly could have if there were less drives from the Bruisers on offense.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the 6 interceptions, and then also like looking at the box.
So it doesn't sound like it sounds like I'm throwing Curse under the bus here, but I feel like this is the truth. Like we did 6 interceptions. Yeah. That's more. I think. Hang on, let me just double check something real quick. That's as many. He threw as many interceptions as Clan had touchdowns.
Yeah. Also,
you can't have that. You can't let that happen.
Another key part is like you can't put up a donut in the 4th quarter. Like looking at the box score, like 0 points.
Yeah. It was looking in the 3rd quarter. I'd say it was looking like it was like, okay, we let them get back in the lead, but hey, it's not the first time that's happened. We can sneak back in. I mean, you look at the 1st quarter box score, where it's like, oh, that does not look good. You look at the 2nd, it's like, oh, you tied it up. third quarter is like when we started to slip, and then fourth quarter, I mean, yeah, as you said, Brian, a donut, absolute nothing from the Twisters.
Dude, halftime you had the lead. Halftime you literally had the
blew
lead.
The half, yeah, you choked away the game. Choke away the halftime lead. Yup, we were up by 1. You come out in the second half, you make it a what was it? I think it was 35-27 point. I think it might have been a 9-point game. I think 8-point game. Yeah, I think they made an 8-point game, and then after that, the offense stopped being productive. So,
yep. So should we get to the game about the Toros?
Yeah, we got our Week 5 preview. Brian, I'm gonna be 100% honest in you. I'm not confident. Even with playing a winless team, I'm not confident. Last week was like, it was an eye-opener. It's like, if we have all the potential to be top dog in this league, and we somehow found a way to piss it away.
Yeah, which, by the way, I want to double check, but also I should let everyone know, I just got word from Don Irving that it will be intaked back at quarterback tonight. Will's going to be back at quarterback tonight, he told me. But the part I was trying to look at is who the Toros actually picked up as their quarterback, because I know they also switched at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I just kind of look at Toros games, and like, some of them are close, and then some of them are last week where they only put up 7 points.
Yeah,
so
really.
It's just.
But one thing I'll
but
agree with you on,
the one game we've won this season was with the quarterback who's got suspended until season 40.
Yeah, no, it's...
And our closest game until that point was with our franchise owner at quarterback, who until that point hadn't been starter since this team was founded.
Yeah, so I mean the most positive you can make out of this is, hey, I mean, at least it wasn't a different quarterback this week. Like, at least like that streak ended, but
no, but we have not left the quarterback carousel. We are still firmly on it. We have not had the same quarterback start or back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, I really...
That's like the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
For the past few years.
Yeah, I'm trying to... I really want to get a word here so we can at least do a compare. Who could they have? No, but I definitely agree with you. I definitely... I worry for tonight. I definitely do. That's for sure. I think that... I mean, like, really, like, what did the Toros have to lose? Like,
the only thing they have to lose tonight is their playoff spot, but the Sky Kings also have to win, and for them to lose their playoff spot.
Right.
So, and I mean, they've already lost 4 games in a row, so they're probably just thinking to themselves, what do we gotta lose? Let's just go out there.
Right, I mean, I think...
Let's just go out there and play some football, and... we'll just see how it goes. I mean, we've already lost 4 games. We can't win the division. Playoffs are a pipe dream. It's possible. It is just, we are going to need a lot of luck. So they're probably just thinking, let's just go get our first win against the division rival. That's probably their mindset right now. Let's get our first win against the division rival.
Right, and I just kind of feel like their main goal out there is to just go play, like, some good football. I mean, like, obviously, like... I mean,
expectation hasn't been on that team in a while.
Right. Like,
so,
obviously...
it is like, what do we have? What do we got to lose? We got everything to gain. And for us, we've got everything to lose.
Right. Because...
we came in as a potential Victory Bowl favorite, and now look where we're at. 1-3, competing in back-to-back tank bowls. I was looking to potentially try and get into the postseason with a 3-3 record.
And, you know, I just, like...
and that is the reason why I'm going Toros win tonight.
Oh, wow.
I just can't trust this team right now. The Toros, it's just like... what do they have to lose, honestly? What do they got to lose?
Right. let me make it clear. Like, obviously they have something to lose, but also what's
They
stopping
have
them?
a playoff spot to lose, but they're 0-4. If the Sky Kings, they're probably, if they win, they probably get eliminated. So it's just, what realistically are they probably, the Toros going to get into the playoffs? Probably not. So it's just what's going to happen.
Can someone do a checkup? Who do the Sky Kings play? Who do the Sky Kings play?
Let me check schedule real quick.
Because that could also vary. I mean, of course,
they play Canton.
Oh.
Yeah, another tank bowl.
Well, I mean, that game can go anyway, I guess.
Yeah, both those teams are 1-3 right there.
I mean, personally, I would probably take the Sky Kings, but you know, that game could go anyway.
Yeah, and that's game's tonight at 11.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you win this game. I mean, you're looking just like sitting back and like relaxing, like, you know, like you gotta, you know, that get your popcorn, because like that's like
tonight's determining the fate of a bunch of teams, bunch of the lower playoff teams.
But yeah, I mean, so my prediction.
I'm having Toros win. Last week is put a whole lot of not confidence into my faith in the Twisters. I'm going. I mean, the Toros last week, they played the Dragons. That is at least a top 10 team in the league right there. And the Dragons only put up 28 points on the Toros too. That's one thing I didn't mention. Toros might only put up 7 points, but the Dragons were only able to score 28 on a winless team.
Yeah. You know, honestly, my opinion right now, man, I don't want to say it. I'm gonna take a tour. Oh,
well, server's been shut down, but just go ahead and finish. I guess we'll just leave it like this. I don't feel like rejoining.
I'm gonna take a Toros win here. You know, now one thing that confused me is I thought, because I did stalk the group last night, and I thought, you know, maybe with Will, Reaver would be there too, but it's all good. I just think I remember the last time what happened, so
I remember. Yeah, another thing making me pick Toros is I remember Reaver's first game. It was pretty bad.
So, I mean this with all respect. I love the Twisters franchise, but give me 42-28 Toros.
I'm taking 49-42 Toros tonight.
But folks, you're just gonna have to sit back and watch.
We're just gonna have to watch this game unfold at 10. Will be streamed by me, the Cowboy Crab, so you'll get my live reaction to it.
I mean, you know, this is make
or break officially. This is make or break
for both teams. I mean, I thought the Toros were just tanking. I didn't think that they had anything left until I saw that post. So, you know, but yeah.
So that's where we're gonna wrap it up here for you folks today. They represent the Oklahoma State Sports Network. I'm the Cowboy Crab,
and this is Brian,
and the analyst for the Oklahoma State Sports Network, saying so long, everybody.